would like to just interject a comment here. As we've been dealing through the Immigrant Solidarity Committee, we're talking, and I send out all the information to keep us up to date. When I look at it myself, I just get more and more discouraged. I mean, it's just unbelievable because we feel we have absolutely no control. When I went to the rights working group's human rights training in Washington, D.C., and they were teaching us about how to move forward in this arena, human rights. We'll be talking more about this afternoon. The Human Rights Declaration. There's a report for the part of the treaty that the United States has accepted, and it's on politics and something to that effect, where they have ratified it. So that has allowed the United Nations to come in and write a report about the United States. The last one was done in 2009. When you read that report about the human rights violations in our country, every single one of us in this room and beyond know they are true. And we can tell stories about that. And one of the things that the Rights Working Group, and I'm seeing more evidence of this right now, is calling on us to write shadow reports, documenting the lack of human rights, to bring pressure on the United States through the international community. I think maybe we could add that to our possible hope list. What Margaret said about parole, I don't know, did you know about that, Anna? You did? Okay. Maybe there's a crack in the wall or something. I mean, let's look at whatever's out there, and then with what Mauro says, this is going to have to come from us. We cannot depend on the leadership at this point in our lives. So let's get our minds wrapped around this, and when we are working together this afternoon to plan going forward, think of all our organizations here within Whatcom County, and let's be thinking about something that Jim Justice is going to talk about a little bit this afternoon, about a way for us to expand our horizon. Look at all these marvelous young people here. Let's get young people, all concerned people, and we are going to focus on human rights, and we're not going to try to use the word immigrants or what have you, just for all people. That's my 2 cents.
While you have the microphone, Caroline, do you want, I was going to, so we have 2 minutes to transition down to lunch. So I'd like to thank all the panelists for their time.
We cannot thank the 3 of you enough. This has just been so dynamic. Give them a real huge. I hope we will have the pleasure of your company at lunch. Amy Day has prepared a marvelous meal of beans, rice, and 2 types of chicken for us to enjoy, and tortilla chips. And while Rosalinda was going to mention this, but hopefully I can describe it well enough. Rosalinda's put a timeline on the windows, and we would like for you to go, and the timeline is what has happened in immigration reform from Whatcom County. Oh, here she is. Okay, so what we'll have Rosalinda just tell us, and then when she is done with that, let's all go downstairs, have a wonderful lunch, and visit with each other about what has happened with the panel. And then at that point, Liz Jennings will help move us through looking forward to how we go forward.
The timeline for today.
The timeline downstairs.
The timeline.
Oh,
we have
that
on the
timeline,
left
sorry.
downstairs.
I'm trying to deal with 2 or 3 things at once. What we have downstairs, how many of you attended an Immigration 101 workshop ever? So we have on the wall, on the window, laid out the Immigration 101 timeline. At the same time, we've got kind of like a Whatcom County timeline. It's not complete, but we put up several flyers and posters of events that have happened in Whatcom County since about 2005, 2006 and forward. And what we wanted you to do was not, as you get a chance, as you feel like it, take a look at it and try to relate to the immigration timeline in general in the United States, how immigration law was implemented. Try to relate to it, see if you know anything about it, where your relatives came from, your family, your own immigration background. But then the other part is, what events do you know about in Whatcom County that have happened around immigration reform since about 2005, which is where I started, because that's where some major things started happening in Whatcom County. And see if you attended any, what you thought about it. Did you hear about it? Do you know somebody that participated in it? And there's post-it notes laying on the bench in front of it, so that you can just take one of those post-it notes, write anything you want to write about it, and put it up near one of the timelines. And then that's just for our own knowledge or for our own understanding of that immigration on a national level affects us also at the local level, and in fact has been affecting us at the local level and will continue to do so that we can continue to grow together as a community, especially in this issue that is touching so many of our lives in so many ways. And we're asking you to do that when you go downstairs to get ready to begin the facilitated dialogue that Liz Jennings will lead us through. And Liz, could you stand? I'd like to introduce Liz Jennings. She's the former executive of Whatcom Coalition for Healthy Communities and quite an accomplished leader in our community who has led many these types of discussions in the community and around a whole lot of issues. So we asked her to help us out today because it's time to take action. And we've been receiving this wonderful information here today, preparing us. And then I'd like to mention the lunch now. Is that okay? So our lunch is almost ready, but I also wanted to mention, what happened to the microphone?
Maybe push like that.
Hello? Hello? I think the whole thing. Okay. Well, there are bathrooms. I wanted to let you know that there are bathrooms upstairs when you first come in to your left. But there are also restrooms downstairs in the room where we're going to be gathering. And that's where the kitchen is. So we're asking you to, when you go downstairs, to please go into the kitchen, and your plates are going to be served, to pick up your plates and sit at a table so that we can then begin our facilitated discussion downstairs. The menu is whole black beans, vegetarian black beans. It's got onions, garlic, cumin, dried chilies, and salt. There's some boiled white rice, chicken in a green tomatillo sauce with jalapenos, cilantro, lime juice, garlic, and salt, and corn tortillas. And Estela and Aaron are downstairs finishing up the preparations for that. And so walk downstairs, take a look at the timeline, familiarize yourself with the room, grab your lunch. We're hoping you talk to each other to prepare for the next step. Thank you to the panelists. I don't know, Hannah, if you wanted to say
Just
something.
one,
Thank you.
just final thing for each panelist. Sheriff Balfour, thank you for being our friend and working with us as a community. And Margaret, thank you I know you came for relax and for other things. We greatly appreciate your coming to our event.
Thank you very much.
Thanks,